The sun grows so bright, so unnaturally hot, that the human skin starts to blister within seconds. Now, in this moment, what would be your thought process? What do you think will help reduce whatever the sun is playing with humanity? You would think it's rain. You are wrong. The moment the commander touched Adam's heart, the transmitter on his wrist light up. But not just that, it's like a message or thought was transferred onto Adam telepathically. The commander's thoughts took over Adam's mind, and it turns out there is a meeting happening tonight. The human language has thousands of words, but on a random Tuesday, the entire survival of humanity is rested upon the shoulder of one single word: try. To make an effort, to make an attempt. How hard would you try to survive, even if it means you have no idea what's waiting for you on the other side? Bonjour, welcome to the Story Architect Show. My name is Ramat and I am your show runner. If this is your first time here, you probably have no idea where we are coming from, but guess what? I got you. Here is a sneak peek of what we are working with. Now that you have an idea of what we are working with, let's get to work together. No, you're gonna watch me while I do the work. Anyways, let's do this together. However, remember this, nothing here really happened, or did it? The day started beautifully. The sun was shining, coffee was brewing, workers are getting ready to get to work, students are getting ready to go to school, doctors are getting ready to go to the hospital. Every person is getting ready to start their business of the day. Now, all of these people have different backgrounds, different experiences, different trajectory of their lives, but they have something in common, and that is the notice waiting for them at their destination. The message reads, "Go back to your abode." Now, what does this mean? Is there like a general holiday that the people aren't aware of, you might ask me? I don't know. Let's keep the story moving. When the workers get to work, they couldn't get into their place of work. Why? Because it is locked. The students couldn't get into their school as well, so everyone has no other option than to go back home. But let me tell you this, it gets even worse. On their way home, another notice popped up, and this time it comes with exclamation mark, which means this might be more serious than the one they received earlier. Now this one here says, "Go back to your abode. Find a shelter immediately." While there is a commotion going on what's going on with this notice? Is this a prank from the government? What is the Guess what? The sky broke. Yep, everywhere turned red. The sun grows so bright, so unnaturally hot, that the human skin starts to blister within seconds. Now, in this moment, what would be your thought process? What do you think will help reduce whatever the sun is playing with humanity? You would think it's rain. You are wrong, because the rain only makes it worse. And there comes rain, a heavy, acidic rain that melts plastic and metal. But guess what else it melts? Human skin. The rain is melting people down. Nowhere was safe except people's abode. Just like the notice I'd mentioned earlier, the people that were caught in the sun and in the rain didn't make it. The people that managed to crawl out of wherever they are when the sun grew hot or when the rain started, and they managed to get into an abode, just like the notice has said, they were barely living. They were in critical conditions. Imagine you just got out of a fire. You will be trying to catch your breath. But just when the survivors are trying to do this, another broadcast echoed from every screen, every speaker. And this time, thank God, it didn't come with a warning. It comes with a solution on what the survivors should do to ensure 101% safety. 100% safety. The extra 1%, I added it. Now, the thing about this broadcast is it is untraceable. It is impossible to trace the source of it. Of course, we know it's coming from a screen or a speaker of some form, but the problem is there is no electricity. Why? Because the sun is acting up and the rain is also acting up. So there is no way in that weather condition electricity would still be stable. So how is it possible that a broadcast is coming out of a TV screen, out of a speaker? You might ask. I don't know. Let's keep the story going. The message reads, "This is a warning and this is a favor. Earth is ending. Try your possible best to make it to the landing coordinates. There is a plane waiting to take you to a habitable place. But you must travel light. You must be weightless." The rules of the plane were absolute, but I promise you, they were also very weird. Because what do you mean I must travel weightless? What does that even mean? I don't even know where I am going. What if I needed something that they don't have it? Where I am going? What am I supposed to do? It doesn't make any sense, right? Yeah, but after this, I think it will start to make sense to you. The thing is, nothing made out of their destination could ever enter it. To get a seat on this plane, you have to strip away everything. When you think of weight, what comes to your mind? Heaviness, things that add extra grams or extra kilograms to your body weight, right? Yeah, you are wrong. That's what the survivors thought too. But the thing is, being weightless means you have to surrender every single thing that you own, every single thing that you are attached to get on that plane. You have to try whatever it is to let go of everything that possibly made you who you are, so you can get a chance to step foot on that plane. And this means people are leaving their family members, people are leaving their achievements behind, people are leaving their awards, mothers are leaving their children behind, fathers are leaving their families behind. People are avoiding anything that can weigh them down on the scale that is right by the entrance of that plane. There is this man, his name is Adam. He is a very greedy man, you might say. Adam works for a very big company, and it's what you were guessing. He is the CEO, which means he is the one in charge of how much money is actually accounted for. But surprisingly, Festus didn't take anything with him on that plane. In fact, he was the one who had the lightest weight. After Adam was weighed, he took a step off the scale and he saw something shining bright like a diamond. You know that song, Shine Bright Like a Diamond? Yeah, the object was shining so bright that it caught Adam's eyes. But not just that, it also caught Adam's greediness. Because guess what? He bent down to pick up the object and he slipped it right into his pocket. Are you thinking Adam would get caught? What would happen? Well, Adam didn't get caught. He made it successfully on that plane. How is this possible? Let's keep going. 319 people survived, and all 319 of them made it successfully on that plane. They were all transported to this new place called Cap, a world that is suspended in a weightless, feather-light vacuum. The world in Cap is like no other. No government, no leaders, no rules and regulations, no laws. Just a man dressed in a black costume and a dark mask, and also a name tag that reads Controller. The controller doesn't speak more than a word at a time, but it doesn't even have to, because life on Cab is very interesting. Every human being who stepped into Cab moves like a robot. They work together, they do things in unison, and they silently follow his silent commands. with blank eyes. Except for Adam. For some reason, Adam still functions like a human being and not like a robot. Adam's mind also seems to be entirely his own. Days in cab bleeds into a terrifying and rigorous routine. Every citizen is assigned a padded compartment. Every morning, they line up on a mandatory assembly where the daily tasks were assigned to them. Life is peaceful on the surface. Foods arrive on time, clothes were plentiful, the weather is perfect. But it is wrapped in a suffocating and forced silence. No alarms, no birds, no speech, pure dead silence. On the third night, returning from the assembly, Adam noticed a door that hadn't been there before. He stepped out of the line and pushed the door open. Inside is a pitch black room, vibrating with a sound that shouldn't exist. Music. The music is faint, untraceable, but you can still hear it. Before Adam could investigate, a woman grabbed onto him and pulled him into a corridor. The woman is around 65 years old. The woman whispered something in Adam's ear. She told him, "This is too silent to be your abode. This is cab, not your home." Before Adam could respond to this woman, a very unnatural wind pushed him out and slammed the door shut. Before Adam could analyze what just happened, he is back on the line, and it feels like what just happened didn't happen. Back in Adam's padded compartment, everywhere is disorganized because Adam is searching through every single thing for the whistle he smuggled onto the plane. Adam found the whistle. He pulled it out and blew it with all his might. Because the compartment is padded, the only place the sound is escaping to is Adam's ears. The next morning, the routine is still the same. Everything is going according to plan, except for the vibe in the assembly hall. Something just feels different. It's like the piece of cab suddenly collapsed and died. An announcement came up in the air. The controller's time is up. A new appointment has been made. Every single person in a costume and a black mask marched down to the center aisle, the aisle that Adam is. Adam thinks to himself, maybe my time is up, it's time for me to get executed. But it seems like the universe have a different plan for him. The guards put their weapon to the side and bowed down to Adam. Before Adam could process what is going on, he was forced into the suit of the controller. Just like a dream, Adam is now the new controller. Adam was forced to stand in front of everyone. He has nothing to grab onto. It feels like he is alone in this world because every citizen is just standing there looking him dead in the eyes. And he couldn't even look away. He tried to find something to grab onto. Luckily for him, he brought the whistle with him. He tried to grab onto the whistle, but he couldn't grab onto it. He couldn't grab onto the whistle because the whistle is nowhere to be found. But there is something else. It's like a transmitter that appeared out of nowhere on Adam's wrist. Left wrist, to be precise. The assembly was dismissed. Everyone is back in their compartment. Adam is introduced into his new controller's apartment. Just as Adam is about to step into his new apartment, someone grabbed onto his wrist. This person has a name tag, Commander. The commander did not speak. He only put his palm onto Adam's heart. The moment the commander touched Adam's heart, the transmitter on his wrist light up. But not just that. It's like a message or thought was transferred onto Adam telepathically. The commander's thoughts took over Adam's mind, and it turns out there is a meeting happening Tonight, the Board of Councils is initiating the final phase. The switchover is prepared. Earth and Cab will swap balances. The clearance will begin at sunset. Adam looks surprised, and just as he is looking around to see what everyone is up to or trying to notice what's going on in his surrounding, a monitor on the wall turned on, and it's a video of the rulers of Earth locked up in a cage. The commander didn't even give Adam time to process what he just heard. He touched his heart again, and now he has a new message for Adam. The Board of Councils is waiting for your authorization. Adam couldn't even decide if he wants to go with the commander or not. Before he knows what's going on, he blindly follows the commander into a boardroom, a pitch black room. Upon Adam's entrance, the lights in the room all turned on, just like they have been waiting for Adam. Adam's seat is placed at the very end of the council's table. Sitting at the very head of the council's table, the very first seat, the one at the very front, is a woman who is draped in silk. Adam recognized this woman instantly. The First Lady of Earth. She rubs her forehead 3 times and points her hand straight at Adam. Adam's transmitter lights up, and it's a message that says, "Welcome here, controller. Let's begin the clearance." What's going on with Cab? Why is the First Lady of Earth at the table of the same people that evicted humanity? Who's a controller? Why is the First Lady of Earth at the table? What's with Dover? What with Cab? How is it even possible for me to build a world like this that it makes sense? Because I am a story architect. That was a joke. This is Float, written and narrated by Ramat. Thank you so much for staying till the end. This is the Story Architect Show. My name is Ramat, and I will see you same time next week.